Welcome back to War and Order. The missions have started for this week. So let's get our daily reward. And let's see what the mission is. It is gather resources. Yes, that's a good one to have for the start of the week. So in comparison for this week of missions, I've actually started upgrading one building, which is going to be a med tank. I'm thinking it might be that mission. Obviously, I have all these recruiting that I did. Um, but it's not that at all. It is gather resources. So let's look out here and see. Okay, in about an hour and a half, or hour and 40 minutes, I will have these guys back. And then they're actually in my alliance, so that means that there will not be a lost. Actually, it makes it come back quicker, which is a good thing. Um, I want to see if I can pull something up from before when I had missions like this and the so it's the gather event, as you can see. So let's I'm gonna pull up my little spreadsheet that I have about resource gathering and see how many gems that we need to get to complete this mission. Since it is a one-day event, that means it should be easily done. Um, so is it this one? No, it's not that one. Okay, so what about? It's not that one. It's probably this one then. Trying to smart. Yeah, yes, this is the spreadsheet that I had from before. So we're gonna just use this spreadsheet from before when we did the mission. So this one will be back in about an hour and a half. Okay. So we're gonna get the full amount of a level one, which looks like it is 30. So we're gonna get automatically a 30 from this guy, which a 30 will give me roughly 13,500 points. And the other one might be in someone's alliance. Oh, it's not. Okay. And that's another 30 right there. So we're looking at a total of right now. And I'll have to bring back my other units because I will need them for this mission. So at the moment, we're gonna get like 27,000 points, okay, for this gather mission, which is decent. I'm not gonna pull it up on the screen, but you know, 20. So if we go back to gather resources, 27,000 points is probably like halfway in here because 50,000 is there. So that's what we're gonna be getting right there. Um, but we have two other armies that we have that we can withdraw from where they are right now. One's at a flag, or actually I think they're both at flags actually, but we'll bring them back to our base so we can start gathering more gems and getting more resources. I've been busy. These are all alerts from certain things been going on. You know, updates, the events that have ended. You know, some events have started, and the server update. We're gonna clean this out later on. I just want to clear some of this. Like mostly, I'm using my phone. But like for these videos, I don't have a way of actually videoing it, so I've been doing it all on here. So I've not been logged in for a few days because, like I said, just been the off week of missions, so I really haven't needed to be in here to do anything. So I figured I'd come in. Now, for this, I am going to delete all these messages because they're not needed. So we can actually see how many gems we gather over the week or over the day. Okay. So right now I'm gonna find them. And they should be back just about now. And I'm gonna find some gems, and I'm gonna find whatever gems I can possibly send them out to. This would be hard now. Okay, so we got one here. which we can, I think the preset is this. So we're going to send them out to that one. Now that one's in a terrace, so we're not going to get the full 60 gems that we were guaranteed. I don't know how many. It's 20.5, so it's a 20 .50, right? Or yeah, 0.50. So we're not gonna get all the gems from this. That's the sad thing. When you're in someone's terrace or land, as it is, you don't get the full 60 gems or how many that is gonna be. I don't know how many that will be. I'm looking at the ones that we've done in the previous one, and none of them have been 21 at all. So I mean, the closest one we have was that was a 60. That was not even a 70. So yeah, we'll find out when they come back, like how many it is. But that's okay because the more we get to know how much each terrace is, the better. Again, it's something that we'll find out as when they come back. And then we got one more here. It looks like that we can take out. And just do the full amount, and which is going to be that. Wait a minute. I guess that. And that one is in a terrace as well. So let's see. So normally it would be 45, but what's the percentage? Okay, so it's only 16.5, which if I have, do we have a 45 at that range yet? No, we don't. 6.5, we got 38 gems out of the 40, so we didn't get all. So it's probably gonna be close to that amount, because it's just the how many gems you get per mission. Um, yeah, so it's kind of this is what I'm saying when it comes to gems and people's alliances, you don't get the full amount. Which I understand why, because it's in someone else's alliance, which is okay. I mean, well, like I said, we're gonna get those two out there. Um, I mean, it's gonna be a 4 or 5 hour anyway. So, like I said, in 4 or 5 hours, I'll go back out. I'll resend them back out to get more. So yeah, we'll guarantee the 26. Because of the other two ones that we have out. But then, like I said, the 60 and the 45 depends on that alliance, like what the percentage is that you lose. Which is gonna be some. I just don't know how many that will be. But like I said, once we know, then we'll be able to say, okay, this is how much we lost out of those gems. So it will be good to see what we do lose, just to see what we lose. But I mean, I want to paste this here. I'm just redoing my spreadsheet a little bit for this week's mission. But yeah, so we're guaranteed the 27,000 points for the first half of the mission. Like I said, it's just a matter of gathering more resources and getting the points that we need to get this mission done. Now, it's a one-day event, so the next event could be recruit, it could be attack monsters, it could be upgrade buildings. So I'm kind of glad this is the first mission because this is the one that's the hardest to do with so many, with how many accounts I have. I mean, this is this account and then the 3 other accounts in this realm. At least it's 1 day event, so it's not going to take too long to complete. But granted, like an hour and a half, well, I'll have to be in, send them back out from our resource gathering, and just keep on doing that throughout the day. And granted, we're not going to get all the points, but we'll get something more like, I don't know how many gems we'll get, but we'll get so much gems per out there to gather the resources that we need to complete this. Now, if I'm correct, we need about 540 gems collected to get the mission done. Because I remember the last mission, I don't know how many points, it's 190 points. So granted, we need 190 points to get this complete, which is like, it's kind of hard. But when we have 4 marches, it's not that hard. So just more marches you have, the better you are off at doing the mission. Which is good. You know, like I said, we'll be at 27. If the other two marches were not in alliances, I'd be getting the full 60 and the full 45. But because they're in that thing, now from the 45, the one that's at 45, it's a 6.5. Okay, 6.5. You know, so I should be getting about 38. About 38, maybe 37, maybe 35, depending on how much that lens takes. But the 60, I'm not sure. Um, Granted, it would be 2,700, but I don't know. Yeah, 60. Yeah, so 60, roughly 60 from that, 20. So maybe like 45 gems, I'm guessing. But I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, once I have a sheet of like the taxes against, other realms, like, the 16, 20, 15, 18, 21, all those, I'll have a definitely match of like, okay, during the missions when they start up, if it is a 60, how many gems will I get? And then I can really plan ahead, in my mind, in times in the future, like, okay, this is gonna allow me to get this many gems at this location. Okay, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because if it's not, I mean, in the beginning of the mission, it's fine. But as you go on, as the day progresses, is it worth it? Because are you gonna be, first of all, is it gonna be back in time? Because if it's not gonna be back in time, it's not worth doing it. But the nice thing is you can see, okay, I'm gonna get this many gems from a level 6, a 16% tax increase. So on a 16 at 45, you get 38 gems. That's what I'm saying. 6.5, it's just a little bit less than the 38. So in 38, I got the 17,100 points rewarded. If that's the case, then we will get so many points added on. And I have a way of checking like how many points it is. I have a point system. Um, so I just put in like how many gems it was, and it tells me, okay, so if it was, say it was like 35 for that 16, it would be 15,000 points, 15,750 points if it was like 35. If it's not 35, then I don't know what it would be. But the same with the 45, that would be the 45. So the 20, I'm not sure about. But see, that would be the 15,000 points over the period of time it's out there. So it's, it is a day event. So, you know, and again, you gotta remember how long does it take them to get out there to start gathering? How long is each gather? So there's a lot of points to the gather event because you need to see, okay, I mean, I should have sent them out all together, but I just didn't know. I didn't want to have it go out and then not be that event and then be attack monsters, and then I have no one in the base to do the attack if it was, because I knew that the resource gathering would take a few hours, and I wanted to get the mission done on that 8 o'clock time frame. So, and you know, so like I said, it will be a few hours before they're done. Again, I'm just gonna keep on sending them out as it goes through the day, in the night, and then when it switches over, then it will be either attack monsters, upgrade buildings, recruit, one of those missions. And we're gonna do the attack here. But yeah, so we're guaranteed 27,000 points, unless someone attacks that area. So yeah, so it's just a matter of getting the mission done, completing the mission in that time that you have allowed. So it's it's doable. We'll see how long it takes. We got our armies out there doing the gathering. Okay. So like I said, in this mission, as we go, as I know how many points we need, I'll be updating my spreadsheet that I have on gathering resources in Summons Alliance. Granted, you could, like I said, you could just go gather stone, wood, and stuff like that. You know, a level 5 wood or food, um, or iron or that, you get 15,000 points. So that's almost like what I'm getting now, with the one. So it's a toss up. You can either do the gems, which take a few hours, and get the same amount of points as like, yeah, 15,000. Yeah, so the 30 gems in the same time period, you could do the resource gathering at a level 5. Again, they're going to be about the same time period, like the same amount of time. Granted, you know, depending on what you have resourced in your in here, because if you the resources gathered is up more, then that might be the better way of doing it, because then you're spending less time gathering resources and more time collecting than you know, going out, because you might have that near your base. You know, like a level 4 stone wood or something like that is 1200 points. So that's just about what I have now, and a lot of the area around my area there are some level 4s around. So technically, you know, if I wanted to, I could just say, okay, I'm gonna go get iron and just get the points needed for the iron, which is, like I said, 1200. Level 1s are 3000 points. Level 2s, like, you know, food, wood, iron, any of that kind of stuff, the level 1s are going to be 3,000 points. Level 2s are 6,000 points. Level 3s are 9,000 points. Level 4s are 1,200. And level 5s are 15,000 points. How I figured that out is I have a calculator again with those resources. If we had an elite mine, which is different, obviously it's depending on how much you gather in that elite mine, depending on what you'll get. So what you do is you take the amount of resources times 20 and times 1, and or you divide it or something like that. It's math. And I'm not going into math in this episode here. But like I said, as you go on, you'll get more resources. Like I said, in about 2 minutes, um, that one gather will be there at the level 2. I'm guessing, yeah, level 2. Um, which is, like I said, level 2 is 45 gems. So that is the 16 point, the 16, yeah, 16.50. And then the other one would be the other one, which is a level 3 as well, which is 60, which is a 20% 0.5. So it's based on the percentage. I'm gonna move this down here. But yeah, so it's based on like the percentage. That is depending on how much you get back. And like I said, an hour and a half, and then technically I could bring these guys back, like this guy, but then I won't get the full amount of the points. But then I could maybe get more gems because it's early in the event, and there might be another one in my alliance, but there doesn't seem to be. But like I said, if you wanted to, you can just technically just do it that way. I also put shields up on these two accounts as they're out gathering resources, like we are sending them out for. But yeah, I think that's gonna probably do it. I know this has been a pretty long episode today about you know, gathered resources. Even we don't have any of them back yet. Um, you know, we got one going out and one in. So the other thing is, as they're going out to these, how long did each one take? See, I don't know, but that's based on what your resource gathering is about as well. So the more research you do on gathering resources, like gems in particular, will lower the time it takes to gather. So if you do that, then you'll have more time to gather resources during the event than you would at any other time. Whereas that one gem is 450 points. So if you get, if like I said, a 45, if I had all the points from a 45, that's 20,000 points right there. Obviously, I'm not going to get the full amount because it's in Summons Alliance. But again, knowing how long it takes would be good too. Because then you can say, okay, we know it takes 6 hours, right? So this is going to take 6 hours, about 6 hours to do that. So then I can say, okay, do I have time to have them march out there, gather the resources, and then come back, and then we send them back out? You can actually figure out, okay, how many jump, okay, I'm going to get 20,000 points. Just say that I'm going to get the points from this. Then you go into the event page and all that, and you can say, okay, I'm going to get 20,000 points. That leaves me right here. Okay, then if I do 3 of those, right, then that'd be 60 points. That's 6 hours, right? Well, then I can say, okay, I need to do that. So if I have 3 marches, say I just have 3, which I know I have 4 in this account, that's 60,000 points, 6 hours. So then every 6 hours I go in and I get another 60. 60 and 60 is 120, right? 60, 120, or 112. That gets me halfway to level 2 already. So knowing level 4, the level, the speed, 6 hours, okay, so it's going to take 6 hours. So it's, oh, that'll roughly be done at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Okay, then I know I gotta be up at 2 o'clock, so then I can gather, send them right back out from our resource gathering. Because it's a, it's a day event. So as long as you start on time, or if you don't, say you don't, and you didn't know it was gonna be that mission, okay, now I can say, okay, it's just started and it's resource gather. Okay, I know this is gonna take 6 hours. I can find one. How much will I get? How many points will I not get because it's in someone's alliance? It's all math. So if you can figure out, and that's what I've been trying to figure out in this whole entire series, um, for all my accounts, not just this account, how long will it take to gather those resources? How long? So if it takes 6 hours, if it takes 2 hours, it all depends on the resources. So we know this is going to take 6 hours, almost 6.5 hours. So if I say 6.5 hours, because it's pretty much 6.5 hours, that means that I know when I have to be back in, I can resend them back out if I'm awake or if I'm around. And it just, like this other one is going to another one that's the same amount, right? So we know, oh, that's not. So it's probably going to be a little longer than this. So if you think, okay, this is 6 hours, so the other one might be 8 hours. So, like I said, it's just a matter of thinking, okay, how long do I have for each mission? If it's going to take, okay, it's going to take 8 hours. So then I don't have to be in here as much either. So I can just set it for once, and then I'm good for that time. So it's a matter of, okay, how long is this going to take? Okay, so like I said, the 60 is 27,000 points if it wasn't an alliance. If it was not an alliance. So it is an alliance, so I'm not going to get the 27,000 points. But that's okay, because like I said, if you think about it, I'm only getting 27. So if I get another 40 from these 2 other ones going out, that is roughly 60,000 points. So I'll be right about in here. And then after that, I resend them back out, get more resources. It's a math game. That's really what it is. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take, but it's going to give us 60. Well, if it wasn't in someone's alliance, I would be getting 60. Now, obviously, it's a high amount, so I'm not going to get the full amount. But you'll get something reliable for it. And my big thing is after I know, like, okay, if it's in this alliance, this is how long it takes. So say it takes 6 hours to do it. Then I know, okay, before the mission starts, okay, I know I want, if this is the correct mission, I want to end at this time, like say a little bit after 8:30 or 8 o'clock. I can say, okay, I need to have it done by this time, or I need to log in at this time, have it go for a level, like say the 6 hour one. And I know it's going to end at that time, and I can come right back in, resend them back out. If it's not the mission, then I can say, okay, I don't need to send it out now, I'll wait. That's what I want to do, because it'd be easier to do that than, okay, now I gotta send them out. How long are they gonna be out for? If I know, okay, it's gonna be out for 6 hours or 5 hours, then I don't have to, like, okay, I know I can send it out now, and it will be fine. And when I get back, when the mission starts, then it'll be all done, and I can resend them back out during the event. If it's not the event, then I just got gems for pretty much nothing. So, yep, I think that's gonna actually do it for this episode here in War and Order. Like I said, I will give you an update tomorrow night. Now, tomorrow night's episode might be a little late. We'll have to see. But yeah, we will do an episode tomorrow. It could be recruit, it could be gather resources. We just don't know until that mission actually starts up. Now the game is gonna freeze up on me because I tried to shake the device and get this resources. But yeah, so like I said, in 6 hours those will be back, and the other one will probably be a little bit later than that. I'm guessing. Um, yeah. So until the next episode of my War and Order series, which again, like I said, today's is oops, is gather my resources. And until the next episode here, where I'm going to say what I know to say at my end of my videos, and that is bye bye for now.